Hello, Douglas back again. Let's continue from where we left off in episode 9. I'm going to start by quickly making 2 spheres or planets. One will be a green planet and the other a gold planet. I'll speed up this process so I don't bore you too much. And we have to switch on the 3D render. When I started crawling around in this 3D area of Title Studio, I tended to work all the time with this composite window, and I would move things like this and wonder why there's no green one. Anybody spot why? Yep, I have actually selected the whole container here. To move the green one, I have to select the green one. It's inside of the gold one at the moment. Let's pull it out. So, I was working all the time in this composite window. If I, for example, went to the gold planet and the Z-axis, move it backwards. And working like this, I had to try and judge where things were in relationship to other things. I soon found out this is not the best way. It was then I began exploring these 2 icons up here. The toggle split view, which gives you a variety of different split screens. The one I chose at first, as I always seem to try and go for the one which sounds most powerful, was the 4 screens. Didn't take me long to find out this was not the best one to be in, but for now, let's just stay here. The next icon along is the camera view, and you have different camera views. You have the render camera, which is really the composite window. Then you have a front view, a left view, right, top, bottom, back, and a world view, which is similar to the render camera, but not quite. It's something we'll touch on later. Which view is which here may be difficult to decide. I would say that this one seems to be from above. Here is 0 on the Z-axis. This is where your screen is. So the green planet just now is to the right of the screen. The gold planet I moved further back, and therefore it's looking smaller here. If you think this and this are similar, it's because they're both world views. Now, if you select a panel like that, then you can go to the camera view and you can change it. So let's look at this from the left. I'm over here looking from the left, which means all I can see is the green planet. The gold planet is somewhere over here. How would I see that? With this panel still active, if I use the scroll wheel, I can move back, and you can see here is the gold planet. Now I'm going to give you homework, which I think you should try and do as soon as possible. Start up your Title Studio, make a couple of spheres, cover them with an image so that it's easy to distinguish between the 2, and using these 2 icons, choose different split views, and also try and see what the different camera views give you. Finally, when I was playing around with these, as I'm asking you to do now, I found that the dual horizontal view was the easiest one to work with. and I set it so that the left side was the render view, and then I changed to different views on the right side depending on what I wanted to do at that moment. I want you to pause here, leave the tutorial, and go and play with these different views and camera angles. And when you come back, I'll finish this tutorial by putting a background onto the scene. Back again, and I hope you really did stop and go and play around with those settings. Before I move on, I want to get the green planet and bring it forward a little more so that it's getting bigger, and we'll move it, whoops, there. And the gold, I want to move it back a little more, like that. Just a sidestep, you can see the green planet has become very dark, and this is because the default for the setup here is that there is one light lighting the scene. And the position of that light is important, especially when you begin moving things around in 3D. Make sure you have the right panel selected and click on the light here. Now you can see the light, it's positioned here. It's a multi-directional light, so from here it's lighting up the gold planet. It's also lighting up the green planet, but not the front of the green planet, it's lighting up the back. We are looking at the front here. What I could do is select the arrow tool and move the light forwards, and you'll see it begins to light up the front of the green as well. So we want to put a background here. We want this to look like outer space. How would I do that? Well, obviously I'll add a picture. Add new media. Image file. Here's the Milky Way. Let's try that. And there we have a nice Milky Way. Green planet. The gold planet has disappeared. Now, it wasn't swallowed up by a black hole. At first you might think, yeah, the image file is on the top layer here, so it's blocking out some things. So if you pull it down to the bottom, things should be okay. However, there's no change. We're now working in 3D space, and the order here isn't so important anymore. It's the actual order in 3D space. And that we can see over here. We have the green planet, and we have the background, which imports with a z-axis set as 0. The gold planet is behind this, therefore you can't see it. So, me being very intelligent, moved this back behind that planet. But now the image doesn't cover the whole screen. Looks like it's smaller as it has moved further back. To make it bigger, you could pull it back again, but then it would cover the gold planet. What you have to do at this stage is making sure that you have the image selected, go to the control panel for the image, and go to master scale. Now scale it up here. And there you have the background and your two planets. I'm going to stop here and let you play around with these things. I can't stress too much how important it is to get a good understanding of how the split views work and the camera views work, and how to work with these together. So do a bit more practice, and when you move on to tutorial 11, you'll be ready to look at the next stage. I hope this has been some help to you. Bye for now.